Alright, let's continue this video. So our first word for this video is hagpat. Hagpat. And hagpat means to pick out or separate from a pile or group, right? So in a way you can use this verb, right? This verb to describe a voting ballot, right? You have all these ballots that are in a basket or in a box or whatever, right? They're all in a collection or in a pile, and you're picking one by one, right? You're picking them one by one to separate or pick out from a pile or a group, right? And that's one way to describe hagpat. You're picking out or separating something from a pile or a group. You can also use this to talk about, say, you're gonna pick out leaves from a branch, right? You're gonna pluck out the leaves from a branch or a tree, right? You're picking out those leaves from a group, right? From some pile or from some collection of something, right? So pluck out the leaves from a branch. You're just picking out or separating. Easy. Budlot, right? Budlot means to protrude or for something to bulge out. We use this a lot to describe like eyes that are bulging out or lips that are bulging out, but you can use this for any other things that are just protruding or protrusion of something or something that's just bulging, just like bulging out of somewhere, right? Budlot is the right verb for that. So, you can have like your pouty lips that, that's just protruding because you're sad or something. The budlot mong ngabil, right? The next word is warawara, right? Warawara. Remember that stress, right? Warawara, right? And warawara means to wave your hands or something in the hands. So this is usually to be used to describe to get somebody's attention or for something for fun. Let's say that you went to a parade and people were waving items or objects in their hands, or they're just like waving their hands like this to grab attention or for something for fun. Or if you went to a concert and people were just waving things in their hands, right? Objects in their hands or just their hands in the air, they're having fun, they're just waving it, right? Warawara, right? Now, a similar word that maybe warawara can be used is this next one, which is parada, right? And parada is a Spanish loan word or a Spanish borrowed word, and parada means parade, right? Parade. So you go to a parade, a parada, and then you see the warawara. People are just waving things and objects in a parade, right? Next word is sapnot, right? That's actually a sa. So, okay, sapnot. Sapnot, which means to roughen a surface, right? So you can use this for like, for example, sandpaper. Sandpaper is rough, right? So sapnot, right? That's a sandpaper can be used to describe like sapnot, which is something that is rough, a surface that has been rough or roughened, right? So if you can maybe use sandpaper to roughen something, or you can, I don't know, objects or something like that. But the thing that comes to my mind is sandpaper, something that's rough, a hard or rough surface, right? Ilad means to fool, to swindle, to deceive someone or something, right? So to play a trick on someone or to lie to someone, right? Ilad is like, oh, you played a joke on somebody, or you fooled somebody, right? You played a trick on them, right? So to fool, to lie, to deceive someone or something. That was easy, but keep in mind, ilad ends with a da, right? And ilad ends with a da, letra da. Diba? Kani ang letra da, ug, kana sa ilad, diba? This is for ilad, right? So, I'm just like switching languages here. So, when ilad gets affixated, remember that da changes, okay? So keep that in mind. We talked about the morphological process, right? And assimilation and all that stuff. The next word we have is palaypayan, right? Palaypayan, which is the same word for halayan, right? And just a reminder, for these videos, you need to have some prior knowledge of Cebuano to understand some of these, because I will not be going back and explaining what some of these are. And like for ilad, I'm not going to explain the rules for that. I won't be explaining some of the words because you should already know. This is a video for intermediate and advanced learners. The next one is abanico, which is a folded fan. So in the old times where you can have a fan that was folded, like the Asian or the Chinese fans that were folded, and people would fold them into like fold them into like a stick or something. They can fold the Asian. Just think of those Asian fans that you can fold, and then it fans out, right? And then people would just wave or just fan themselves with it. That's what this abanico is, right? Abanico or abanico. Talikway means to leave behind, right? To leave behind or to forsake something or somebody. This is something my mom would always scold me for. You know, she would always say, "Ayok talikway imo mga ginikanan." She would say things like that. She would guilt trip me by saying this word talikway. Ayaw gyud og talikway ang mga ginikanan nimo. She's gonna say stuff something like that. And what she said was, don't you dare, it translates to English as don't you dare forsake or leave behind your parents, like talikway, to just leave them behind and, you know, just like forget about them and just leave them behind, right, as if they're nobody or not important or second class citizens. So talikway is a verb. Salin is a noun, right, which means leftover food. Salin, mga salin, right? And then this is something my mom would also say, because another word she would use with this is panos. So she would say something like, kana imong mga salin kay mupanos unya. So she'll say like, oh, eat all your leftover food because it's going to be spoiled or rotten later on. Panos means to rot, or like food that's been rotting or rot, right? To rot over. Kaway means to wave hello or hi, right? So mikaway was somebody was waving hello or hi. Now, how is kaway different from warawara, right? Now, they both mean to wave, but warawara can mean you wave your hands or any objects in your hands to grab attention or just for fun, right? This though, mikaway is to wave specifically your hand, right? To wave hello, as in a greeting hello. So when you meet people, you wave your hand, say hello, hi, right? That's kaway. That verb is specific to kaway. Ulaw means to be shy or embarrassed, right? Ulaw is an adjective. Now, I just want to remind you with that L, right? In standard Cebuano, the standard Cebuano dialect, it's ulaw. Other dialects would probably have changed that la to a wa, right? Wow or wow, right? So, but in the standard Cebuano dialect, it's ulaw. And finally, we have our word here for this last word in our video, tugut, right? Tugut, which means to allow or to permit something. Now, I know some of these words might have been repeated in previous videos, but I will keep putting them in these video series again, just for your knowledge and for repetition, right? So, tugut means to allow or to permit. Tugutan, if we add that unending, it changes it to allowance or anything that's permissive. So wherever there is allowance or wherever there is permission is what tugutan is. Okay? Hopefully this video will have made more sense of your vocabulary.